Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounce it to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches it. He is in for the touchdown.
Welcome to Touchdowns and Tailgates, powered by our friends at the Fairfield Auto Group. I'm here with millionaire coach Chuck Cruz on top of the hill, STA Stadium, one of my favorite places with one of my favorite people, Coach.
Listen, the check's in the mail for that compliment. Thank you, Joe.
And the family business up here on the hill, your son's playing for you. Family business for me, but it's sort of that way throughout life, isn't it, for us?
Indeed. You know, as a coach, they all become your sons. And the best thing about last Friday night, besides us getting the win, was that we had Kurt on the sideline, and Alex Pickering came back, and Hunter Entz was back, and Drake Mankey was back. So it's always a good feeling when guys who've played under you and you've had the opportunity to coach had such a good experience that they want to come back every chance they get.
And when we first talked many moons ago, and I came up here, that was one of the things we talked about. You were going to get past players more involved, back to the games. You wanted them to be here. You wanted them to understand this was the Millionaire Football Program.
Right. And the way I see it, as long as I'm here, this is always their home.
Absolutely.
I can't speak for anybody else, and we had the pleasure also Friday of retiring the number 2 jersey officially. And it was good to see Darrell and his family there, and just the enjoyment and
It was
sheer excitement.
And I watched it on TV, and Darrell, if you didn't, he was one smooth customer with the football. Boy, he could get up and get down the field, and he came back here. Great night.
Indeed. Listen, players like that makes coaches like me look good.
And I would be remiss now as a member of the media if I didn't go to another Williamsport tailback,
Okay.
Trayson Potts. Give me an overview of what you thought of him on Saturday.
Listen, they didn't give him the ball enough. I don't know what PJ's doing out there. Listen, if you're giving Mo Ibrahim, 30 touches a game at a minimum, Trey Potts needs 35. You want to win, put Trey in. That came from me. Come on, Fleck.
And Trey had 178 yards, but he could have had 200, right?
Listen, easy. He made it look easy,
Made it look easy. So, hey, let's talk about the Millionaires. Great defense. I'm giving you a shutout for the ball game Friday night.
Well, the scoreboard gave them 2, but we'll take it. Defensively, no, we did not give up a score, but they did score on the scoreboard, yes.
And Jimmy Webb's going to be in here with some of your defensive players and some millionaires. Tell me a little bit. We've talked for seasons how you and I are very proud men, and we talked. We want the glitz offense. We want it, but we want defense. We want people smacked on that side of the ball.
Yes.
We don't want any yards given up.
Nope.
Tell me how it feels. Your defense come a long way.
Well, it starts with the continuity of the staff. Coach Steele, who's been with me for 6 years, and Coach Sennett, who's been with me for 5 years. And we have a former player who's now come back and is coaching linebackers, and Coach McClements. They just have a great working relationships, and they're able to instill and install the scheme weekly with the players, and they just run around the players, that is, like madmen, and try and knock the snot out of people.
and no matter what you talk about, I had a son like that, Hunter, and you know him. They're born in that. They either want to knock the snock out of somebody or they don't.
Indeed. There's an easy way to tell the difference between an offensive player and a defensive player, and that's the mover. The true defensive players just never stop moving their hands, their feet, you know what I mean? And they'll occasionally get you a penalty, but you'll take those just because they're constantly going and going and going.
Absolutely. And you and I could talk. We better get to Central Mountain, undefeated, first time in school history, coming up to take on the Millionaires. Give me an overview of what the Millionaires, we always talk about it towards the end of the segment. What do you need to do to lay one on the Wildcats?
Well, we approach it simply as every team we face every week is undefeated going in. It doesn't matter what the record is. So Mifflin County was undefeated because they hadn't lost for that week until we beat them. So the difference is that Central Mountain truly comes in with an unblemished record, and their new staff has those boys playing. They've been in some tight games. They pulled them out, and you can just see the enthusiasm that they're playing with. Was it the Smoky game? Fourth quarter, last drive, the quarterback scrambled around and before he ends up going like 80 down the sideline for the game-winning drive. So I get excited watching their film, breaking them down, and so hopefully our kids will be excited to play.
And I'm going to head up there and talk with Coach Manning last segment of the show.
As you should.
And it makes everything so better. Central Mountain's waited a long time to get good at football. Not that they have good teams, but Williamsport plays them every year, and I'm sure you're glad they're 3-0, and I know they're 0-0 for the week, but it makes it a lot better when both programs are doing well.
Indeed, we want everybody's best, punch. We don't want to play you and your best players injured. There's no honor in that. Now, granted, we'll take a victory however we can get it, but we're trying to raise competitors because life is always going to give you its toughest and hardest punch. So we can't expect anything different from a team on the football field.
And that's what I love about you, brother. You and I talk the same philosophy. I mean, there's adversity in life. You and I believe in athletics, and especially what goes on the football field, to teach you how to handle adversity and overcome problems. And I'll let that message with shout out. Do you want to get? Last time I was here was your wife's birthday. Did you give her a good birthday dinner?
Listen, I give her a good life. Every day you see her, you smile, and I'm the reason behind that smile. I just would like to shout out Darrell Blackman and wish him congratulations on his number being retired. And I'd also like to shout out Kurt, Daniker, who suffered a season-ending injury, and shout out Joe, who suffered a little setback on Saturday. So, they're holding it together. We wish them the best, and of course Trey keep balling, and Jalen Jackson up at Westchester, and Nas down at Bloomsburg.
Makes you feel good. You got all them millionaires running around.
Indeed, listen, it makes for a busy Saturday trying to flip channels and catch them all.
And young Mr. Fagnani, you were talking about up in Maine,
Yep.
and boy, he's been playing some solid QB.
Listen, it all started here,
Yep.
and that's what. And you want to talk about family, his brothers played here, and his father was a great baseball player at USF and a part of the first baseball team here at Williamsport back in the mid '80s. I'm not going to say what year, Phil. I'm not going to date you, but so yes, it is a family affair, and it's good to see all the boys out there chasing their dreams.
So should we let these young bucks come on, or should we take their time away from them?
Listen, they want to spend as much time here as they can because they know they got Monday Run Day waiting for them.
So we'll be right back with Jimmy Webb and some young millionaires.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done, improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transition with sprints, all ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
All right, we're back at Williamsport, and the theme this week is Defenders. So we got a mean group of Williamsport Defenders. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
I'm Riley Bauer. I'm a linebacker.
I'm Santino White, linebacker and safety.
Roman Marone, safety.
We'll start over here with you since we're talking about the defense. I hear the mentality is hit squad. So you want to talk to us about that and who came up with that?
Our other safety came up with that. It means run around the field and hit someone.
Just hit someone hard, right?
Yep.
We'll come over to you. Last week, tough week, but came out with the win. What do you need to do this week to keep the defense playing as good as they are?
To keep playing, we have to keep listening to our coaches, keep doing what we've been doing. Coach Thiel often says, do our job. If we stick to that, we can secure any team.
Awesome. And we'll come down to you. You were talking to me. Undefeated Central Mountain team. What's the plan? Give them their first loss.
Our defense is going to keep doing what we know how to do and keep putting the ball back in the offensive hands because it's going to give us more time to score, more opportunities.
Awesome. Now we go to the hardest question. One song you listen to before the game that gets you ready.
Grinding on My Life by Nipsey Hussle.
Mine's Uptown Vibes by Meek Mill.
Knife Talk by Drake.
And we'll do a shout out. You got a shout out for anyone?
Shout out to Old Defense.
Full defense?
Shout out to my parents, my mom and dad, number 12, same as my dad, Peter White.
Sebastian Robinson.
All right, well, we'll have a quick message from Fairfield, and then we'll be back at Loyalsock with Coach Van Fleet.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
And we're here in the front of Loyalsock Township High School. I'm with head coach Justin Van Fleet Always good to see you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Schedule's a little screwed up today. Jimmy would be interviewing your players, but I lost him. He's overthrowing the batting practice at fall baseball.
Right.
I know you had a faculty meeting. We're getting a little late start, so I'm not going to hold you up. But hey, team played well down at Southern Columbia.
Yeah, they fought. They weren't afraid of the moment. Unfortunately, we came out on the wrong side of it, and although we had a lot of really good things going early, as time wore on, they were able to take advantage of a few of our mistakes, and we're hoping to clean those up and move forward.
And obviously, we don't want to talk about the past, but Danville comes to town this Friday night. Webb Weekly Live, 3-0 Danville Ironmen, 2-1 Loyalsock Lancers. Traditional rivalry it's developed in over the years here.
Yeah, every year we're going to have a competition, and it's not necessarily a grudge match, but it's definitely a rivalry where we look forward to the matchup. I know they look forward to the matchup, and just see where we shake out in the end.
And it doesn't matter if it's baseball, basketball, football. Central Columbia and Danville have become good rivals to the east of us, I should say.
Yeah, I'd say so. We've had a lot of competitions against them, and like you said, it's a multi-sport thing.
Yeah.
And therefore, the kids are all multi-sport athletes here as well as there, and they see each other all year long, never ending. So, we're looking forward to the matchup.
So tell me, my question, we'll get to it quick because I know we got to get you back in there for film study. What do you have to do to beat the Danville Ironmen here Friday night?
Well, up front, we have to do our jobs. It's plain as simple as that, I believe. Is we have to do our jobs up front, get to our spots, understand our assignments, and execute. Outside of that, control the ball, make sure our turnover margin is clean, and then I think we should have a good opportunity to play. They're a very, very good team, but we're confident in our abilities and as well as what we're doing offensively and defensively.
And they turned some folks over. Who are their players you have to stop this year on offense?
Well, they have tremendous speed at a number of positions, but certainly young man number 17 has been a problem for about everybody, so a lot of the focus is there. Their tailback's a high-quality tailback, and their offensive line has been strong. Defensively, they've run multiple defenses. They've brought pressure in those different defenses, and like I said, we're just looking forward to finding an opportunity to go out and compete. We definitely don't shy away from competition, and therefore, they're on the schedule, and we're looking forward to having a really good game.
And you really play a nice schedule. You thank CI for that?
Yes.
Great answer.
But the reality is, if you want to do something great, you have to play against great teams, and
yes.
We're fortunate enough to be in a situation where that competition isn't necessarily numbing. It's something that can make us better.
And I think I talked you off the ledge way back earlier in your coaching career. It's all right to lose games early in the season. It's all right. There's a goal here,
in
right?
27, you gave me the woosah. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
And it worked out. So.
Hey, I got to ask, how's your dad? I always want to ask you that on the air. He's helped so many folks here.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well right now. He's considering himself a full-time farmer / construction worker, painter, and overall enthusiast of many things. But mostly, grandfather, which he's having a great time being. But he's doing really well.
That's awesome. And then I always give you, how about a shout out? Who would you like to give a shout out to?
To my mom. I pick my wife usually, but my mom, she does a lot for our whole family, and she's a real matriarch, which I think most guys understand that the women behind them are the ones really running the show. And so my mother, my wife, certainly to all of them, and a huge amount of love and care for them.
Well, let's get some Lancer players out here. I'll talk to them. Good luck on Friday night. We'll be right back after a break.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
And I'm back, and I'm filling in for Jimmy Webb, who's overthrowing batting practice to the baseball team. I got 3 Lancers with me, and I'll let you guys introduce yourself. We'll start with you.
My name is Javale Schuler. I'm in 12th. I'm a senior, and positions I play for football is wide receiver and defensive end.
I'm Cy Kavanaugh, and I'm a junior linebacker and fullback.
I'm Ryan Glunk. I'm a junior. I play wide receiver and defensive back.
And obviously, I know who your boys are, but it's a good way to get started, get you loose. So I'm going to ask you, Ryan, coming off injury, you're back this year. How much fun is it to be out in the field and be healthy? You look healthy to me the way you're moving around out there.
I mean, it's great. 'Cause last year I was playing like not fully healthy during the whole season, but now I'm back and pretty much fully healthy.
And obviously you got skills. We missed you on the basketball court. We see them on the football field. What's your favorite play? You don't have to tell us what it's called, but tell me, what's your favorite play?
My favorite play, probably our warrior route. It's a curl. Get open every time on it.
You like to run it inside? It runs inside?
Yeah.
And catch and go. Tell me a little bit about your year in the football field.
I feel like this year, with the coaches helping me and everybody, I feel like I've developed a good bit at linebacker and just having a pretty good year. It's a lot of fun.
And carrying on that Kavanaugh tradition.
Yep.
I mean, you're the last one, right?
Yep.
So we got to make sure we get you in here a lot.
Gotta make sure it's good, yep.
So, hey, tell me about growing up with your brothers. A lot of rivalry, a lot of sibling rivalry?
It's always competitive. None of us like to lose, and being the youngest one, I'm usually the one that had to work the hardest to win. So.
And usually it makes the youngest one the tougher. Is that,
Yeah.
Are you the toughest one of the
Yeah.
clan?
If you ask them, I hope they'd say that.
All right, Javal, I'll come over to you. 3-sport athlete. I love to watch you on the basketball court. We got to get him to pass you the ball a little more, but I'll talk to Davion about that. Hey, I got that. Love to watch you on the baseball field. I've only seen you once. Coach Corey Burkle tells me good things. You said baseball is your favorite sport, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I'm going to ask you, put you on the spot. Why is baseball your favorite?
That's just the sport I've been playing the longest, the sport I grew up playing, and the sport that I know the most.
And you feel very comfortable with. Tell me about on the football field, because I love to watch your athleticism on the football field. You're a big guy, you're strong, you can get up and down, and you can run away from people. Yeah. Tell me what you like about football.
I mean, football, I just be myself. Like, I can hit people, I can run, and just be myself.
That hitting people was a problem during basketball. My son Hunter had the same thing. You get in trouble for that, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll start over here with you. Favorite song? What do you get hyped to before the games? This question Jimmy added to the segment.
I like to listen to Polo G.
Polo G?
Yeah, any song, really.
Nice. How about you in the locker room? Get you pumped up. Let's go hit somebody. Let's go play.
AC/DC, Metallica.
AC/DC. Oh, boy, you never go wrong with AC/DC. Mr. Ryan Glunk, I know your dad. He chased me around when he was little. Boy, he could play. I know the music he listened to. It isn't what you listen to now. What do you listen to?
I also listen to Polo G, pretty much any song.
Nice. All right, last question in this segment. We'll start with you. Shout out.
Just to my family for always being there for me and, just supporting me the whole way.
Absolutely, and it's been a tight-knit household in the Kavanaugh, and I've enjoyed your parents over the years and the support, and your grandmother. Okay. Ryan Glunk, shout out.
I also like to shout out to my family for getting me to every practice and helping me get everything I need for the season.
Can you take your father Randy one-on-one yet, Hoops?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right.
You can't beat me.
Stick a couple extra on him for me, would you?
Yep.
Javal, shout out, baby.
I like to give a shout out to the whole football team and all the hard work that we put in.
And you guys do. Coach works you, but one thing, it's a family here at Loyalsock. It's one thing I like about the schools in our area, how they take in and develop not just football, but young men here. That's it. For this week's segment at Loyalsock, we're going to head up to Central Mountain, catch up with the Wildcats who are getting primed for the Millionaires. We'll be back after this break from Fairfield.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
And I'm here with Central Mountain head coach Shannon Manning. Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you.
Hey, great job up here with the Wildcat program. First 3-0 start since they combined Ben and Lock Haven High School. We thought they'd get to 3-0 before that, didn't we?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I wasn't aware that was even the scenario till after the game. I had no idea. I know there's a rich history in Lock Haven.
Here's what I know. You as a head coach, you're 3-0, and that's the most important thing.
That's great.
Give me an overview of your program and what you've tried to instill and do up here.
We've tried to instill physicalness. We want to be physical. We want to be able to run the football. We want to be a defense that's opportunistic, force a lot of turnovers, but we also want to make sure that we're doing the right things in the classroom and in the community.
And that's the aspect most people don't see about high school football is how important it is to the community and how it builds young men. If you want to jump in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when we get to the end of a session or we're getting ready to break on the weekend, I always remind them to represent themselves, their family, and the program, as well as the school district in which they attend. And I think that's important. I think it's important to keep that in perspective as they make decisions once they leave these halls.
3-0 start. Couldn't get much better, obviously.
Yeah.
Unless you pitched 3 shutouts or something
Which
like that.
we didn't. No, we didn't.
But I doing a little. You give me the overview. Mr. Gerlach's been a stud, but give us an overview of your players and your team.
I think we're a tough-nosed group. You know, I think that we've been opportunistic. When we've needed to make a play, we've made a play. We've not been overwhelming. We've not been dominating, but we've been gutty. We've been very gritty. We've been able to get through situations, scenarios that didn't look great, and we keep finding ways to win. Is it impressive to sit back and look at? No, but it's 3-0, and I tell these guys, you know, 20 years from now, when you sit back and talk about it, you're not going to talk about, you know, winning by 3 or 1. You're going to talk about being 3-0.
How about your quarterback?
Great kid, fantastic kid, very gritty, demonstrates great leadership skills, loves the game of football, does whatever's asked, and you couldn't ask for a better kid.
Leader on defense is?
Michael Wallweiser. He
Likes to hit people?
Yeah, that, and he's a great communicator. He understands Coach Baumgartner's concepts. He helps, echoes it. To be honest, he's a lot like a coach on the field. He asks tremendous questions all week. He's able to ask little nuances of the game that a lot of people wouldn't ask or a lot of players wouldn't even investigate. He does that. He does a great job with that.
Good test this week. You're going down to Williamsport, play the Millionaires. What does Central Mountain do? What do you have to do to leave and drive back 4-0? Good first 4-0 start in program history, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'd have to force turnovers. We'd have to extend some drives for ourselves. We'd have to have a lot of good things happen. I mean, they're a fantastic program. They've got a lot of terrific athletes and they're well coached. So we'd have to do a lot of things. We'd have to play our best game of the year.
And it'll be a great test to see where you guys are and to build your program.
Absolutely.
And I always ask, and it's your first time up here, how many kids you got out? 9 through 12?
9 through 12, I think we have 61 on the roster.
And you and I talked today. You had them all at practice today.
Yeah. We were running a JV practice first, and then we turned that over, and then we went into a varsity practice, a film session, and then game plan install. So.
Well, the rain's trying to come here. Who would you like to give a shout out to, Coach?
My assistant coaches. They do a great job. Coach Hale, Coach Baumgartner, Coach Shuey, and Coach Comfort. They put a tremendous amount of time in.
Excellent. Well, nice meeting you, Coach.
Yeah,
Good luck
you.
Friday night. We'll be back with some Central Mountain Wildcats right after this message.
Fastman's Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done. Improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transitional sprints, all ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to Fastmass.
We're at the beautiful field here at Central Mountain, trying to get in before the rain comes, huh, boys?
Yes, sir.
Hey, the way we start this off is we'll start with you. Introduce yourself, son.
I'm Brett Gerlach, quarterback, senior.
My name is Michael Walliser. I'm a fullback and linebacker, and I'm a senior.
My name is Ryan Pence. I'm a senior. I play running back and D-back.
Hey, boys, off to a 3-0 start. Congratulations to you. I've been waiting for this. I was back in the day we played Bald Eagle and Indy, and then Bald Eagle and Indy and Lock Haven combined, and we thought, man, it's going to be a great football program. Hasn't gone quite as well as everybody thought.
No, sir.
But it is now, and that's the most important thing is the present. Tell me about the new coach, Coach Manning, and playing for him and how things have changed.
It's been great. Him coming in here, just trying to turn things around, give us a whole new system. It's helped a lot, give us a lot more confidence too.
And I feel an energy boost up here,
yeah.
am I right?
Oh yeah, everyone's just way more happy to be here and just excited to play some football.
You play defense and like to hit people. I have a son
sir.
that does the same thing, plays at college. Tell me about your perspective on defense and how you're reading and then how you find football.
So defense for me, I mean, kind of all starts with defense. If you can't score points, but yet you have a good defense, you still have a good shot of winning. So the defense, it just has to be the backbone. It always has to be solid. You have to fly around and make plays, and that's what we try to do, be fast and physical every snap.
Well, the thunderstorm got the best of us, and we're in the weight room, and this is where champions are built, right, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I think I left off with you, and what do we have to do to slow down the Millionaires?
Yeah, so I think we put in our game plan today, and I think with the personnel we have and the schemes we have, I think we're going to be able to be flying around making plays, and I think we're going to be just fine versus Williamsport.
Excellent, and I think it's going to be a great ball game, too.
Absolutely.
So we'll ask you the question. Tell me about is football your favorite sport?
Oh, yes, sir.
Tell me why football is your favorite sport.
Well, because you can just go out, hit people. It's all about like adrenaline and, you know, just getting mad and hitting people. And I mean, the teamwork and everything is amazing. And I don't know, it's just my favorite sport.
And tell me about Studley over here to my left. I guess he's a pretty good football player. Is that right?
Yeah, he's turned into one. I don't know if he always was, but yeah, he's definitely turned into a great quarterback. And he came out this year for the first time in a while on defense for safety, and he's definitely helped us out a lot.
Excellent. All right, next question. Back to you. Are you prepared?
I'm always prepared.
What do you get pumped to? What's your favorite song?
Floor 555 by X. Really,
Nice.
just before
Nice.
it just gets me going.
What gets you out of the locker room? What gets you guys pumped up?
Yeah, my favorite song for a game is Wins and Losses by Meek Mill, so that gets me super hyped.
That's one of my son Hunter's. It must be a
Really?
linebacker thing.
Yeah,
One of his
it is,
favorites, too.
absolutely.
Go ahead, yours.
For me, it's Middle Child by J. Cole. That'll always get me pumped up.
Excellent. All right, last question. We'll start with you. Shout out. Can be a girlfriend, can be a parent, can be a coach.
I want to shout out our team student section at all these home games. They're doing amazing, getting us pumped up and hyped for every single thing.
That's a great one.
I want to shout out Victory Sports Performance. They came in over the summer, got us a lot faster, got us conditioned, and really helped us this season.
Very nice.
Shout out my parents, just being with me through thick and thin, supporting me, and just giving me all the tools I need to succeed.
Excellent. And we're going to wrap it up here in the weight room. I think this is fitting because I know a lot of hard work went in here for you to get the 3-0 start you had. We'll have you on Friday night up at Williamsport, STA Stadium. Central Mountain goes up, takes on the Millionaires. Webb Weekly Live will have it. On the other channel, we will have Loyalsock and Danville, another great matchup. Good night of Friday Night Football. Boys, thanks for giving me some time.
Thank you.
That'll wrap it up for this week. We'll see you next week.
Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounce it to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches, and he is in for the touchdown.